Like we in the club, fly flashy, grown classy, so turn to the dub. Saturday mornings, no walk of shame, we fresher. 950 lounge, that's my guilty pleasure. I don't miss my favorite show, I put everything on hold. Work the baby, even the babysitter no. When 950 come on, don't bother. I'm locked in 10 to 1, no problem. Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio. Yeah.
Gentleman to my left again is somebody again that got to know first as just enjoying his talents, watch them on stage, and then obviously get to speak to him and some things we talked about, some business things that you will see very soon with Nafi Lounge. But he's here to talk about his story and his journey and the things he's doing now. Welcome to Nafi Lounge. They call him the romantic funny man, Shawn Cornelius. What's going on, dude?
Oh, thank you. Good morning, fellas. Thank you very much for having me. Whatever we need to do, man. Whatever we don't start no trouble. It's too early, but whatever we need to do.
Now, you have so many talents, man. I didn't. Blessings, yes, sir. And that word I should definitely use blessings after my journey. Yes. But blessings, and when you think about when I first saw you again, had performance, and I was just like everybody else. Was you related to Dawn? And we get that all the time with our last name prior. But again, doing the music thing, had the live band performing, and then I found you as a comedian, and then you did some acting. You have a full arsenal. But talk about how your journey started, because again, people in today's world, you was doing this well before the social media boom. But tell how you got started and got this thing moving.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, no problem, man. This is live radio. This happens.
Yeah,
I've done it before, so no worries, man. Mm-hmm. Just don't let it happen too much. All right, because when I watched you 2 weeks ago, none of this mess up happened. So now when I get here, all of a sudden, don't get a little caught. All right, the little Eagles thing, you get a little happy. Well, listen, I got to be honest with you, man. You said where to start. First of all, my middle name is Cornelius, so it just Shawn Cornelius it was a little bit more entertaining. My regular name, my last name is Whaley, which is fine. That's the legacy. But Cornelius was my middle name, and I get it all the time. And you're related to Don. But I have to be honest, go all the way back when I was in the choir in 5th grade, man. When I really can remember when, as far as music is concerned, I really didn't think I had any talent. I didn't know I had talent because I was playing the sticks. I didn't play anything but the sticks. Right. Remember the wooden sticks?
Yeah.
You don't even have sheet music for that.
Yeah.
They just give you sticks and just chime you in, right?
For those who have watched Drumline.
Yeah, just the sticks.
That's what it is.
But it didn't really, I guess it developed over time. When you're young, you don't really know until you get to a certain point. My point was college.
Right.
But I've always loved music. I went to college for computer science just to make money in the future, and then found out that I didn't like math.
Now, you went to school with another 950, I call him alumni, do it all at Shaw University.
Yes, Dupree.
And Mr. Funky in that group. So how was that? I mean, being on campus with people, not showing how close you guys were, but I know you mentioned that you guys knew each other very well.
Yes.
Being on campus with people who have musical talents and are kind of going after the same thing.
Well, those guys were coming in as I was leaving.
Right.
So, and I actually, Dupree, I put him in his first music video was my senior project. I ain't gonna never let him forget that. Because he helped me graduate.
He listens to the show, so
he helped me graduate. Yeah, got credits. Yeah, he got credits. There's picture and every all that. It was my senior project, but it was great to see, especially your classmates.
Yeah.
Do and become successful, and because like I said, I was leaving when they were coming in, but we knew each other there. So I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of all those guys, Jazzy and folks. They're legends. You know what I mean?
No question.
So like people that will say to me, "Man, we're proud of you," because a lot of people knew me before I had one joke. Right. I didn't go to school for comedy. I went to school for theater.
Right.
And comedy came. That's God's road.
Right.
You know,
like your father was one of the influences?
My father was. Yeah. My father was. But I was doing some music up here in New York with my music group, my boy band in the 91, 92. We thought we were going to be in Jodeci and Boys to Men. Exactly. We had one of those. We had a KC, but the band broke up, and I got a little salty with the industry because we were 2 years strong running around. We played Sweet Waters. We did the Blue Note. We actually had a 7-year record deal in the making with Sylvia Rome, but my cousin, God rest his soul, was like, no, it's not a good deal. We're not going to do that. We're out of college. Like, yo, whatever deal you get for us is a good deal.
Yeah.
But he was wise, and we didn't do it. And, that wasn't the path. It wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So I left New York, went to Charleston, South Carolina, to hang out with my dad. And I was hanging around one night on a Sunday night. He's like, yo, why don't you get out the house? I'm like, yeah. He's like, nah, go do something. Yeah, he's like, go do something. So Def Comedy Jam was hot.
Yeah.
And there was a tour that went through Charleston. So I went, watched the show. At the end of the show, they were like, look, we're looking for people who are not afraid of the stage, blah, blah, blah. Then they said the key thing, we'll pay you. I didn't have a job then.
Yeah.
So I went to the workshop, ran into another one of my Shaw brothers. His name is Shawn Jones, very funny comedian from Jersey.
Yep.
And we just made a pact. We'd stick it together and stick it out. He's still doing it. I'm still doing it 22 plus years later.
How was that? I don't mean to cut you off, but how was that workshop? Like, what did that consist of?
Techniques.
Okay, so
that's all writing skills.
Coming in and when to drop, when not to
Getting
drop.
on stage, your timing and everything it's more of the technique part of comedy, and just developing who you are. And jokes.
Yeah, you don't hear a lot about that. You always think everybody just, especially Def Comedy Jam, watching like Shucky Ducky and guys like that.
Yeah.
You just get up.
That's really
you
going
just get up there and you say your 1 and 2s, and then that's it. Nobody really. I've never heard of really going to a workshop.
I can't throw salt in the game because everybody's different. Some people can't just get up and do it.
Yeah.
Some people have to sit and write. Some people really write. Some people can get on stage, do their thing, and it's ad lib. So, not giving away secrets of the game, but the more you do it, the better you come at your ad libbing, the better you come at, scenarios and situations where you can come back, snap back quick. So a lot of people like radio. Before radio was this, it was magical because you couldn't see what was happening.
Right.
Yeah. So comedy is kind of like the same thing. There's no one format to success for writing.
It's like practice makes perfect. You keep practicing.
Yeah. Sometimes I write. Sometimes I get on stage and do a joke, and I'll develop it on stage. Things will happen.
Now, do you have like a crew that you like really roll within the comedy thing? Because I know like how you like that, like people like Eddie Murphy had his group of
comedy troops
and the comedy troops, and then like I said, also like how you like the guys that's like David Spade and all them other guys.
You mean like the Rat Pack type?
Yeah, like
boing boing.
No. I'm a solo cat. I've always been out. Listen, I was raised in a family with no brothers, all sisters, all girls. Right. So I've learned that was my thing. I don't even in the comedy game. There are groups of guys over 20 years. I know that they were cliques.
Yeah,
I was never in a clique. I wasn't a bad dude or outsider, but I never had a clique like that. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's not good because when your clique moves, you move with your clique. So if you're not with a clique and they moving, they ain't really going to put you down. You got to do your own thing.
Yeah.
But I've never had a problem with that because I've come up doing things by myself.
No doubt.
Basically, you have, you trust in yourself and your ability, so you don't need to be around a bunch of people like yes men. As that
no, I just had this conversation with my cousin this morning, and he told me, I honestly swear, an hour ago, he was like, yeah, people are going to tell you because you're an entertainer, and they're going to tell you because he didn't like a certain thing in my music show. Not that he didn't like it, his friend that was there, female friend. And I'm like,
always a female.
You know what?
You
know what, man? And I don't have yes men. I don't have yes people. I'm sure there was people in that liked and loved the show, that liked it, that were amused by it. There were people who might not have. But I don't listen to yes people.
Yeah.
Because I know me. Yeah. Whatever I put down and I put it out there, that's what I want to do. I don't need anybody to confirm anything that I do. Again, it's me, and it comes from a higher spirit.
Right.
So I can tell you what it was if we have time, what the situation was.
Yeah, time, good.
It was my show, as you saw. It's not just a regular concert type show. Right. I'm a theater person. I have a theater degree. Shaw University is where I graduated. Got to shout them out.
Go Eagles.
So, so my thing is when I do a performance, it's a production. That's what I come from. So my first show, I have something called the LOS Cafe, Legend Soul Cafe. It's the slow jam segment of the show. The songs we had was Can You Stop the Rain? Emily liked that one. She suggested that one. Me and Mrs. Jones, and Let's Get It On.
And you had that heavy leather jacket. I remember. You said, "Oh,
yeah." That was in the beginning. That was my superstar. That was my superstar look. But it was hot, brother. 5 minutes in. So what I did was, if you know the song "Can You Stop the Rain" by Peabo Bryson, it's about a man who's let something good go.
Yeah.
Right. So what I did was, around that, I had a female on stage. She wasn't even in his vision, but she was in his vision, if you understand. So he was singing because he lost someone, and that was me saying, okay, ladies, we do mess up. Yeah. We do screw up. So this is what it looks like when we're in our rooms and you ain't around. Guys do, this is what we do.
Right. So
the female was just a figment of his imagination, but she was dancing, blah, 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 blah. Then after she leaves at the end of the song, I go into, okay, I lost that relationship, but I fell into another one. I fell into something, well, it was somebody else's something. Then I went to me and Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones was in the cafe sitting down. That was a whole production. She thought it was objectifying the woman because the young lady was up there dancing. But you know what? But see, here's the thing: if the dude, she missed the point. Yeah. And if the dude would have showed up that was supposed to be in the show during Brick House, because I had a flip on it, instead of the female Brick House, it was going to be a dude, a muscular dude, was going to walk out, and it was going to be comedic.
Like full force. Right.
It was going to be comedic, but he didn't show up. So my thing is, would you have said anything if that dude had come out? And then we went to, because it would have been a balance.
Yeah.
So that's what my cousin was saying. Like, he's like, well, the show. No, man, this is what I do. This is what I create. I'm glad that someone doesn't like something, because maybe that tells me I'm doing something proper.
Again, you're not going to please everybody.
Thank you. So I'm good. Listen, it's still in the show. I ain't listen to him.
She still can, right?
Now, if Thug was saying this song and went in the room when she left, it would have been a whole different scenario.
Listen, well, however it comes to you spiritually, that's what I do. Right. And I am a very spiritual person. And, I still have a little heathen in me. We all do every now and then. But that's suppressed. That's suppressed. My art is what I feel. My art is what I am. Like the song we heard, Enough is Enough. I got upset about what was going on with the police brutality, the police killing of people. And I wrote that song. Can I mention that it went to #1 on number1music.com?
It did. I didn't notice that.
Yes.
It went to where again?
Number1music.com. It went to #1. That was my second #1.
Can't go higher than that, bro.
Right. So, I don't let people dictate how I feel. I do what I do. So that's what you saw that night. And again, thank you to Emily Surtees and her booking agent, Kobe, who gave me an opportunity to do my music, because they first got me there to do comedy.
Right, because I understand from reading and talking to you about it, is that the music thing is something that you had thought it was over, and it's kind of, it was a rebirth.
I always kept it in my comedy act, but I would write parodies.
Right. And
I would always leave my show off with "Let's Get It On" Marvin Gaye. That's how I met Emily in the Poconos. So I always kept the music in there. I just, you don't never give up on your dream.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to know when it's okay. You got to suppress it for a minute, but keep it going. So don't ever give up or think that it's over.
Yeah.
No matter where you get to.
Yeah.
And look at what happened. Because if I would have gave up and just said, forget music, I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys doing this now.
Right.
So you always got to keep that hope, even though you get to your moments, man. In this entertainment business, life, period, you have some really deep ones.
Yeah.
But you got to be strong enough to understand, and also who you are and what your potential is and what God has given you. And sometimes it's sad that people don't find out what their calling is, and before they, go or they live their life.
Right.
But hey, man, I'm living mine. I'm having a good time with it. I'm tired, but I got another show tonight, and I'm glad that you guys have me here. So whatever else we need to talk about, let's get it.
We're talking to, again, funny man extraordinaire, book author. We ain't even get into books, Mr. Shawn Cornelius. So you do so many things, and I think, again, I think what you've done and what you've shown people is that you don't have to be boxed. I know obviously Rodeo does stand up. I don't think you sing, do you, brother? Yeah.
Please don't.
We were in the choir.
I need some more halls. You know what I'm saying?
You need a whole lot more than just halls, my brother. You gonna start singing.
But when you got the title, talk about how you got the title Romantic Funny Man. Because again, I mean, obviously that's just like a grown man. Well, I ain't calling no grown man delicious. But I'm just saying, from a standpoint of the Romantic Funny Man, where'd that come from? Where'd that genre?
I gave it to myself. I tell you, I started doing radio, actual radio, down in Charleston in 2000. And I was doing stand-up comedy. And I was just getting ready to do my first BET Comic View. So they hired me. I thought I was going to be on the morning show.
Right.
To be funny.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. They gave me a midnight slot to do the calm, quiet storm type thing.
That's good. Lay it down at night.
You got to bring it down.
So you got to take it down a whole lot. So I said, you got to have a DJ name. So the funny man came from the comedy, and the show was called the calm after the storm.
Mm-hmm.
So romantic, it was a romantic show. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and just, the romantic funny man.
Yeah.
And when I went and did BET Comic View that year, I just did it so it could be across the board, and it just, stuck since then. So since 2000.
So many layers to you, man. We're gonna take a quick break and keep the conversation going. Some things that you're getting ready to partner with us. I don't know if people know it yet.
Looking forward to that.
I'm gonna let you talk about it.
Looking forward to
Back on the ride, I call for grace. Let's spend you want to find 9 Feet Lounge live Saturday morning, chilling with Shawn Cornelius, the best team in radio. My brother, you got an event tonight.
Yes.
Happening.
Yes.
Where that's at?
Well, we just had an event. I had 2 events last night with one with these brothers. It's the Legends of Soul show, the music show that you saw. We're going to be out in Union, New Jersey tonight at the Chestnut Chateau restaurant.
Chateau.
And
Yeah. What they sell hamburgers?
It's not ghetto.
No, it's not ghetto at all. They have burgers, but they got a few more things. Yeah, they have filet, brother. They got fish fillets too. Whatever you need.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's not called. It's not burgers. Pate.
I don't even call it. I don't know. You call it what you call it. But potato, pate, whatever you do.
They gonna have a Soul Train line?
Now, why we gotta have a Soul Train line every time we get together, brother? We're gonna have a Soul Train line. But no, it's a restaurant we do regularly in New Jersey once a month now.
Nice.
We started back in October. The actually from that first show we did, there was a gentleman in the audience. He loved the show. He went back. His name is Hunter Hayes. He's a legend in New Jersey, a sax player. Went back to the Chateau owner and said, "You need to bring this show to the restaurant."
Wow.
That dude didn't even ask me for it. But he called me the next morning and said, "These are the dates I have. What dates can you guys do?" So we were at Yonkers last night at the Central Stages in Yonkers. It was nice. It was a grand opening.
Okay.
So it was really nice. And then we're here tonight. We're there tonight. Got a few more dates coming up. But this music show is special to me, man, because it's been a dream. So to see your dreams coming through, and I thought it was going to be with the group, but now I'm doing it pretty much on my own, but not on my own. Got some very, very talented brothers who are in the band I'd like to mention really fast. My MD, music director and trumpet player, he's the former music director for Joe, R&B singer Joe. His name is King James Gibbs III.
My mama named him King James?
I think he did that, like I named myself Romance.
He's a player. I'm a player.
My keyboard player tonight actually tours with the Temptations. His name is Travis Milner, fantastic artist. Rest in peace, Dennis Edwards, who just passed away. My drummer, his name is Harvey Morris. Harvey is a fantastic drummer, actor, singer. He's doing a lot of great things. My bass player is a great star in his own right. He's played for GQ, Melba Moore, Force MDs, everybody. But his name is Thomas Gooding, and if you recognize the last name, he is the son of Cuba Gooding, who just passed away, the legend, lead singer of The Main Ingredient. But Thomas, like I always tell him, he's a star in his own right. So he's a fantastic bass player, plays all over the place, and he's got his own groove going. Bass player, my guitar player, lead guitar player, his name is Glenn Gibson, who has played with all kind of people, Evan Champagne King, and he was actually there that night.
Yeah,
he was my guitar player. So I try to get these guys. Have a very talented group of dudes, and we, and I mean that's why I got to raise my game, to the level of these guys, and they're very, very, they're humble dudes, You know how it is though. You get a bunch of guys in the room. There's going to be some testosterone, but we can suppress.
We don't know nothing about
That's my turn.
That was right. That was my lead-in for you. That was my lead-in. But the Legends of Soul show is my baby, man, and it debuted at BB King's, and we're doing dates around New York, Jersey, gonna get some Pennsylvania. So it's just getting it's crawling, but it's just getting its feet.
Talk about the hustle, because again, we have a lot of aspiring artists, whether they're music artists, whether they're actors, that come through here or at least listen to the show on a weekly basis. You have your hustle is unique because, again, I mean, this just don't happen on its own. Like you just, let me make a call. You put this work in. Talk about that hustle and grind that's gotten you where you're going and helping you where you continue to go.
Well, I mean, it definitely comes from your foundation. And I get that from my mother and father who have passed on. Yes. But I got that from them. My mom was always about, she was the motherly mother, but smart, intelligent. Her personality lit up a room, but, it was always about getting your own, having your own, doing what you got to do. My dad was a hustler. Yeah. He was a straight hustler. I got a candy life. He was standing here today. He'd be like telling the truth. He hustled honestly. He hustled not honestly. You know what I mean?
Known each other.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But back then they do what they had to do. You know. But he taught me. He taught me my street knowledge.
Yeah.
And I got my book knowledge, but he taught me my street knowledge and common sense knowledge. So first thing first, you really have to want to do this. Yeah. Like you want to do anything in life. This game is rough. Yeah. It can break you down and tear you down and make you look at yourself and be like, you don't deserve this. You don't. You know, I've had my moments. That's the story behind one of my new songs, "A Broken Man." It's my true story.
We're gonna play a little later.
You just got to really want it, and you can't let anything deter you from it. Yeah. You know, because you're gonna get a lot of no's, but after there's always gonna be a yes to so coming. Door closed one that doesn't. You know, it's how you look at life. Yeah. Like again, if you get a no, that's preparing you for something bigger. That wasn't for you. Right. But you don't learn that till you get older. You know, you're young. But this game, you just have to be a student of the game. That's what I learned in college. My mentor, who passed on as well, you have to be a student of. You can't just be doing it just because. Yeah. You can't just be doing it for the women or the men or the money, because that's not going to get you. Not at all. If that were the case, I would have stopped doing this a long time ago. But it's the love of it. You know, I'm in love with it. You know, because it does give back. You know, it's like a relationship. And you have to nurture it, and you have to be honest with it. You got to, you can't cheat it or yourself. Right. So that's what I would tell artists that are coming up. Just be true to it. Don't get into it for the wrong reasons, because if you do, you'll end up for the wrong ending. Right. You know, but it's you have to get up and hustle, man. You know, again, for me to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, but I'm older now. That's not what I do. But this is important. You know, I think everything goes through a spiritual. You meet people for a reason. There's whatever the purpose is, and I have to take advantage of it, because whether it's for you guys or me, something's coming out of this. You know, good. And I appreciate you having me here. We sat down and talked. You know what I mean?
Now, I have a question for you now. With you putting the show together and everything else, how does it feel looking at how it's coming along for you with the show? Did it come out to the fruition as you imagined it?
It's not even finished yet, but it's awesome right now. It feels really good. I was just talking with Thomas last night, and, you know, being around all of these guys who do music for a living, they've been doing music as long as I've been doing comedy. Now I'm stepping into the realm where I'm with these dudes. Yeah. You know, it is, you know, when I met Emily, I had plans to do my own thing anyway. I met Emily in the Poconos, and that's again God's intervention. We didn't even know we lived 3 blocks away in New York. That's incredible. So we go all the way to Pennsylvania to meet each other, and it wasn't even the first time, because she was singing with a band 3 times.
Long blocks, brother.
Very long blocks, but it ain't like going to Pennsylvania. but you know, that was the way it was supposed to happen. Yeah. So from there, they gave me the opportunity. They opened that door. Hey man, come on, open up. You know, do the middle for us. You know, transition our show, do comedy. So I just took advantage of it.
That's what you did. I became instant fans of both of you, and I told Emily that, and I speak to Emily a lot, I speak to you a lot. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, like this is. I mean, you talk about going from like, why am I here, to like, whoa, I don't want to leave.
Thank you.
Was fantastic, and through that hustle and through that initial introduction with us, you're now partnering with us on something.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you.
Yes.
Share that well.
Well, I mean, you brought a lot of opportunity to me about, first of all, promotion, getting me out there on a larger, or more eyes and more ears. So I was, you know, you always got it as an artist. That's what you need. Yeah. So that's a beautiful thing. But as far as the pay-per-view thing, you offered an opportunity for me to put my comedy DVD. It's all about love. On pay-per-view, and I told a couple of people about it already, and even when I texted it or put it on Facebook, like, really, pay-per-view? It's a big deal. Yeah. So we're gonna do I'm gonna definitely do the pay-per-view thing, and this other stuff we talked about, the promotion in Times Square. Don't have a lot of money, man, but sometimes you got to lose money to make money, and that's what some artists need to understand as well. Because you know, you have to put in yourself for yourself to yourself. So you got to put your money in. Sometimes you're gonna eat peanut butter. My dad always told me, don't ever lose the taste for peanut butter and jelly and beans.
Amen.
See, I would never say lose money.
I love beans.
I would say invest money, not the lose.
Well, when you invest, sometimes you lose, brother. Sometimes you lose.
But this one's gonna be a good investment.
There you go. And you know, you got to be positive about it, optimistic.
Talking like a true 950 executive.
There you go. Because you don't want to say that in front of y'all. You don't want to say lose. You know, y'all are winning. Y'all are winning.
Gently placing the ball. We don't show.
There you go. You don't lose. But you know, it's a realistic
Straight
thing. You
cash,
know,
homie.
sometimes things are not gonna go the way
like
you
the
want them to go.
market, you know?
Yeah, you
It's
taking a chance on
gambling.
yourself.
Please don't talk about the market.
The market is very
yeah.
bad.
Nah,
Right now, it's not a good
the
situation.
market came back. Don't get on the market.
When?
It came
It
back. It
dropped
came back
again.
yesterday.
Yesterday.
Market ended up. It ended up. Listen.
Listen, as long as you got that dude at office, I ain't gonna start that.
Oh, you can,
Oh, we could go there. We
Nah, because you know what? It ain't about him. I ain't trying to waste my time, and talk about him. It's about us. Yeah, you called me up and got me in here at 10 o'clock in the morning. I ain't got time to talk about him.
So, who's inspired you musically? Hey, what do you listen to right now in the music industry where you might grab something and say, I kind of like that. Nah, that's not really working.
You know what, man? I listen to everything. In my phone, I have from Motown to Yolanda Adams, Will Downing, Kenny G, Michael McDonald. I grew up as a Jackson 5 fan, Michael Jackson, but Marvin Gaye, the ultimate, because of just his visionary, the way he was a visionary, and his soulfulness and his honesty. Let's Get It On is my favorite song. But I'm a New Edition. I the whole Mary J. Blige, Aretha Franklin,
Listen to
everybody, man. Because there's a song that's gonna hit you. It's gonna be perfect for you at some time in your life during the day, so you never know what it is. And even the new artists, I love neo soul stuff. So when I play to create, I don't just sit down and go, I'm gonna write an R&B song. I'm gonna write a jazz song. Whatever comes. Right. Broken Man is a Donny Hathaway type song because it's truthful. I've had my downs and I have to express it. I have a song called Spooning. It's just a fun.
Yeah, you gotta explain that one. I know that one.
That's on the next CD. That's on the next one.
That's what I be doing.
There you go.
That's not a Christian song.
That
That's
is not the song you play for communion on your church now. But that, you know what? The CD that I'm working on now, I said to myself, this is going to be my thriller.
Yeah.
This is going to be my third CD. Not like it's going to sell 35 million or 100, but just the mental that Michael put into it, just the artistry that Prince put into his songs. Every song on there is going to have a purpose, and it's going to be something that somebody's going to enjoy. So Spooning is my Let's Get It On or Freak Me song right now. Right. And Broken Man is my.
I may be older, but I'm not dead.
Listen, I let a couple of friends listen to it that happen to have been females that I dated, and they enjoy. They laugh because they understand. They're like, "Are you talking? No, that don't mean I'm talking about us. I'm just talking."
You gave him a spoon and he went to some ice cream.
So I just go with my feeling, man. I go with my energy. I go with my feel, whatever. So I love all types of music.
We got a few minutes left, Shawn. I can't thank you enough for in between shows taking some time out to come.
Thank you guys, man.
As I always like to ask about this time, and I don't want to make it cliche because I don't want people ever to start.
But you're gonna ask anyway.
Well, I'm not gonna ask it like that. See, that's what I'm saying. Because people like you start to remember that and think that I'm just like cliche, and I'm not.
All right, get to the point.
When you look at what you've done, and where you're going, what's the step that you feel like? Well, I'm still going for what I want to go for, chasing that dream. Chase the dream. The dream never dies. But what's the most important thing through this journey that you want to let people know, or what you want to give to the world? Because you have a lot of layers.
Yeah.
Again, and obviously, it's entertainment. But what's the one piece? Is it the books? Is it the music? We didn't even talk about the books much.
Right.
But what's the one piece that you say, you know what? I want the world to remember this. You got to remember one thing about Shawn Cornelius. This is it.
He was a good person. He He loved people. He enjoyed making people happy. I really, that's really, as far as that as a person. Yeah. I would love them to remember, he's a great writer. Yeah. He's a great comedian. He did this, but Shawn touched people. Yeah. He made a difference. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And again, at the end of the day, what I do, a lot of it is my passion. And if it helps people, that's what I wanted to do. I want my songs to heal somebody. I want my songs to touch people where they're like, oh my God, like me, songs that Marvin wrote, like they helped me get through the day. I want people to know that, okay, he was an he might not have been the funniest guy, but he was funny that night, or he was entertaining. I want to change things. And like you say, it's cliche, it's because Michael has said it, I want to change the world. I want to heal the world. We're in a very bad state.
Yeah.
As someone at my age that has grown through seeing like better times as far as family and things like that, we're in a very bad state. And I feel I'm prayerful for the young folks. They got it hard, but I want them to endure. So that's why with the show, we're going to do community outreach type stuff. This starting tonight, whatever organizations we can help, whether it's children, shelters, domestic violence, sexual abuse, drug abuse. Every show starting tonight is going to do something for the community.
One more time, where's that show at tonight?
Chestnut Chateau Restaurant, Chestnut Street in Union, New Jersey. The Legends of Soul show, 8 o'clock. You can make your reservations. Just go to my page because I don't remember the number offhand, but it's on my Facebook page, the flyer. You could call them. We're looking to have a really nice show, a nice packed crowd, and it's going to be really nice. It's our pre-Valentine's jam, so it's for couples, it's for single people. We're just going to spread a lot of love. Yeah, you're single, brother. Don't get some sleep and then come on over to the show.
He won't leave single.
Nah,
He might get on the stage and just snap out.
whatever, brother. We had singers come up last night. It's an open stage, so whatever we do,
No,
you're
you may
welcome.
want him off the stage.
Shawn, one more time, give us your social media.
Yes, Facebook, Shawn Cornelius. Instagram, comedian Shawn Cornelius 65. Twitter, @Shawn Cornelius. My website, ShawnCorneliusEntertainment.com. The Legends of Soul show. I have a page on Facebook. You can reach me wherever. Just connect, reach out, all that stuff. You know.
Again, your music is going to be playing through our pause. We got some things happening. We just getting started, brother.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you guys.
Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, super talented.
Appreciate it.
Shawn
Thank you.
Cornelius,
Thank you
man.
very much.
Yo, can I get it in the morning? Every Saturday I be up, know your